So I'm a One Piece fan, and I know everyone is a One Piece fan nowadays, but I'm a very special One Piece fan because I'm me, and I really like this anime and manga. So from time to time, you're gonna hear me talk about One Piece, probably a lot, maybe even a little bit, maybe even a little bit more than whatever time to time means. The first video I actually ever made about One Piece was back on my other channel, where I profusely confessed my love for the series after I finally caught up to the manga. This video is just gonna be like a gigantic circle jerk on One Piece. It was kind of embarrassing, so I unlisted it, but here's the link in case anyone wants to watch it. So what did I want to talk about today? Well, if you don't know, One Piece is a very long series, and if you didn't know that, what rock are you living under? The length of One Piece is literally what most people know it as. It's been going on for over 2 decades. We just hit episode 1000, and the manga is at chapter 1032. It's pretty fucking long, and there's always someone catching up out there. And if you're that person, go get some sunlight on me, for real. Take the week off, go beat, I don't know, Persona 5 or something. And in these 1032 chapters, the mangaka, Ichiro Oda, aka God, has created a world so big, so huge, so expansive that it rivals our own. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if once we find the technology, you know, the metaverse, everyone just manifests themselves into One Piece, because who doesn't want to have long-ass limbs and an orchestral soundtrack? And the thing about huge and expansive worlds is that they are filled to the brim with characters. Even the main cast of One Piece is like 10 people, and there's arguably more than that with how many quote-unquote side characters play an important role in the story per arc. So how does Oda, our Lord and Savior, keep track of so many different characters while balancing out their screen time within the story? Well, he kind of just puts them away for a while. Like, one day you see the character, and then one day you don't, for like years on end in real life while the arc goes on. It's similar to how in Hunter x Hunter, Leori and Kurapika would go off and do their own thing while Gon and Killua learn Nen, and then they get back together for an arc and then go off and do their own thing again, and that cycle sort of just repeats with perspective changes. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing it this way. I mean, why would I want to see my favorite character in the first place? You know, just throw them away for 8 seasons, we'll come back to them. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, I find it super interesting when you're finally able to see these characters you love in action again, and how they've changed while they were gone for so long. But I think that because, again, they are gone for so long, you start to temporarily forget what made them special in the first place. So, in light of all this, I wanted to talk about Nami, because Nami hasn't been in the spotlight of One Piece for a while. However, Nami's kind of different from the situation that I explained earlier, because instead of sending her away, she instead is present in most arcs. You'll notice that she plays a very side character role to the main cast in the same vein as Chopper and Brook, and the focus is very much not on Nami, even though she was literally one of the first characters introduced into the series. Like, I'm talking chapter 8, episode 1. And to be honest, there's nothing wrong with that. I recognize that her relevancy changes depending on where the story is at. Like, she becomes very relevant whenever they have to travel anywhere because she's the navigator. But in fights, yeah, you can pretty much say goodbye to Nami because her weather stick powers are way too unimportant to get in the way of Zoro's next Onigiri Demon Slash or Sanji's new kick that's in French and I can't even read it. And I think that because navigator moments don't really come up too often in One Piece, and in terms of fighting, Nami is the weakest of the Straw Hats, I think that this causes her to be affected probably the most by this problem of seasonal relevancy, to the point where I and a lot of others sort of just forget why Nami is actually an amazing character. However, everything's okay because I've come to you all today, my wonderful audience of
90 subscribers.
By the way, why don't we change that and make it bigger, because bigger number equals better person. Also, if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to like it. It helps me a lot. I've come here to remind you all of why we love Nami, at least why I love Nami. And it's not just because she's built like a goddamn, I don't even have a good comparison. This is unbelievable. I spit on this. Peh. But this, I like this better. I don't actually know what the main consensus on this is, but personally, I prefer pre-time skip Nami to post-time skip. And that's where we have to start when appreciating Nami for this Nami appreciation video. We have to start at the beginning, and if you've seen One Piece or you've read it, you should know that I'm about to talk about one of the greatest arcs in all of One Piece and all of history. It basically kicked it off for a bunch of people. I fucking love Arlong Park. I give this arc my chef's kiss. It is so good, but let's rewind a little bit. Remember how I was talking about the fact that despite Nami being one of the first characters introduced to the story, nowadays she is very side character-ish and only seasonally relevant? Well, the reason for that being the case is right in there. It's because she's one of the first characters that she is now a main side character. Her story has already happened in an arc, and Arlong Park is about Nami. This is the arc. This is the one that you think of of, and the one that directly correlates to this character. It shows her motives, her goals, her passions, her traumas. This arc spills everything there is to know about Nami, unless Oda somehow pulls another Sanji, but that's probably not gonna happen. And now it is time for me to gush about Arlong Park. Strap your seatbelts in because I'm about to sound like a huge pussy virgin nerd. Again, I love Arlong Park. This arc is really well known for when One Piece starts to sort of click into place for a lot of people. You can dislike the beginning arcs, it's silly, it's goofy, Buggy's barely a real character, Luffy of course, with his stretchy ass arms and the fact that he ate the gum fruit out of pure spite and anger. I'll admit, it feels very kid's show, especially with the 4Kids dub. I can imagine sitting down as like a grown ass adult with those first episodes and feeling you're too old for this baby ass show. However, once you hit Arlong Park, the show kind of just whoop! It changes. Nami leaves the crew unexpectedly. This is like 2 arcs after she was first properly introduced into the story. You're like, what the hell? How come the funny catfish burglar lady is gone? She takes the going merry and just leaves Luffy, Zoro, Usopp, and Sanji stranded. So then they go after her, and once they get to Arlong Park, it's like, oh shit. Nami is evil Nami now. Look at those eyes. You're confused, and that's when you start to get fed the backstory. The sad ass backsass ass story. It's what makes you fall in love with Nami and in turn with One Piece. Tangerines. That's all I need to say. It is amazing, it is emotional, and it is a core foundation of One Piece. You cry at this shit. Or at least you should have. What happened to your emotions, man? When did you lose them? My favorite moment of this arc has to be Walk to Arlong Park, and if you've seen One Piece, you should know exactly what I'm talking about. It is so badass. It represents the coolness of One Piece, backed by emotion that is present in both the characters and the viewer watching the show. And to get even more specific with where that emotion comes from, the part that I like about Walk to Arlong Park isn't even the walk itself, it's the moments leading up to it. It's Nami sitting there in broad daylight, broken as a person. She's just stabbed herself in the arm like 10 fucking times due to her frustration towards the meaning of the tattoo that's there. She's pushed away and ditched the only people that she has. Everyone resents her, her plans have gone awry, and there's no one else there but Luffy. And again, she tries to push him away like she's done in the past for so many others. However, Luffy is different. He just stands there and doesn't say anything. He takes it all and listens to what Nami has to say. And after all that frustration is let out, after she's basically cursed Luffy to the fucking grave, Nami slowly turns around and says, Luffy takes off his straw hat, his prized possession, puts it on Nami's head, walks away, and screams towards the sky in response. There's not even a moment of hesitation in his voice. He was always gonna help Nami from the beginning. If you've seen this already and hearing that shit didn't give you chills, what is wrong with you? Go finish like a Persona 5 or something and then come back and follow me on Twitter at 88jingle. I am not joking when I say that I think about this scene every single day and it wouldn't exist without Nami. You know what else wouldn't exist without Nami? All the other sad moments in One Piece, because from then on, maybe a little bit of a Korokara, Oda continues to write these sad moments and backstories where Luffy will help his friends in need. And it works every single time. Just a little bit later, Vivi enters the story and it's the same shit. She's taking on this monumental problem with her kingdom of Alabasta all by herself, and Luffy comes and fucking saves her ass. Same thing again with Robin. They all spawned from this moment right here. That is why I think this is one of the foundations of One Piece. So many future events draw from this core foundation and build on that energy. One Piece clicks into place. It's no longer a kid's show. Sanji gets lung cancer instead of diabetes. The world shifts to a more serious tone. There are themes like racism that are introduced with the fishmen and humans, and even just Nami stabbing herself. Stop stabbing yourself, Nami, you don't deserve this. And it's moments like Walk to Arlong Park that you need to think back to whenever Nami hasn't made an appearance in 30 chapters, or whenever it feels like the story's neglecting her. I remember the first time I really felt it was back in Dressrosa when Nami, Chopper, Sanji, and Brook hightailed it to Zoe in order to run away from Big Mom, and we just never checked back with them again for the rest of Dressrosa. It's those moments when you kind of just miss the characters and have to be content with the way the story's progressing at the pace it is. It's not that Nami's ever being purposefully ignored in favor of other characters, it's that she's already had her time to shine and be in the spotlight, and the time that she did have has directly affected the rest of the story. It reverberates through the moments that matter most, and it'll never be forgotten, unless I get like Alzheimer's or something, then I'll probably forget. In recent times, Nami is a main staple of the Straw Hat Pirates and a backbone to the crew. She's there not to take all the attention, but to support everyone through thick and thin. She elevates others, whether it's through snarky dialogue or fighting by their side. It's like Shroud during the later parts of his CS career. One Piece would not be One Piece without Nami, and let me tell you, One Piece Dojins would really not be One Piece Dojins without Nami. Holy...